Today we're going to be reviewing every summer transfer window. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing every summer transfer window from the 2009-2010 season up to last season's transfer window. We're going to be going through the best summer transfer every summer, the most expensive one, and the worst performing one. So, without further ado, let's just jump into the video. So, we're going to be starting from the 2009-2010 summer transfer window. Now, this summer was pretty big for the next 10 years of the football world, as many players changed clubs. So, let's start with the most expensive transfer of this summer. As we all know, it's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo's transfer from Manchester United to Real Madrid. Now, the best performing transfers this summer were also Cristiano Ronaldo, and we're going to have some honorable mentions here, who are Wesley Sneijder moving from Real Madrid to Inter, Arjen Robben moving from Real Madrid to Bayern Munich, and Lucio moving from Bayern Munich to Inter Milan. And the worst performing transfer that summer was Kaka moving from Milan to Real Madrid, which was an all-time record when he moved from AC Milan to Real Madrid for about 65 million euros. Now, in the space of, I think, a month or 2 weeks, this record was broken again by Real Madrid with the Cristiano Ronaldo transfer. And the reasoning behind this choice of Kaka's transfer is that he got injured a lot, although he scored about, I think, 23 goals for Real Madrid in La Liga only. But for the value at that time, this wasn't a good move. Now, moving on to the 2010 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was David Villa going from Valencia to Barcelona, which they basically made history with him. Now, let's get to the best performing transfers this summer, which was probably David Silva going from Valencia to Manchester City, and Yaya Toure going from Barcelona to Manchester City. Now, the worst performing transfer of this summer was Mario Balotelli moving from Inter Milan to Manchester City. Although he was good, but he didn't live up to the expectations that he had. He only stayed for 3 seasons and then left for AC Milan. Now, moving on to the 2011 summer transfer window, the most expensive move of this window was Javier Pastore going from Palermo to Paris Saint-Germain for about 41.5 million euros. The best transfers of this summer were, I would say, Sergio Aguero moving from Atletico Madrid to Manchester City, and Manuel Neuer moving from Schalke to Bayern Munich for 16 million euros, and the latter with 40 million euros. The worst transfer of this summer was Nuri Sahin moving from Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid for 8.5 million euros. Now, this transfer was not that successful as Sahin moved back to Borussia Dortmund the next summer. Moving on to the 2012 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was Thiago Silva moving from AC Milan to Paris Saint-Germain. The most successful transfers of this summer were Eden Hazard moving from Lille to Chelsea for 32 million euros, and the worst transfer of this summer was Shinji Kagawa moving from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester United. Now, he didn't perform that well. He scored some crucial goals for them, but then he returned back to Borussia Dortmund in the summer of 2014. Moving on to the 2013 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was Gareth Bale moving from Spurs to Real Madrid. The transfer fee, which was announced by Real Madrid, was 91 million euros, but English media said that it was more than that. It was actually 100 million euros, and it was a world record fee. And Real Madrid had lied to the media so that the fee isn't higher from the Cristiano Ronaldo fee. And the best transfer this summer was Neymar moving from Santos to Barcelona, which they earned a huge profit from, but they didn't use that money that well. They splashed it on Dembele, Coutinho, and I think Paulinho. The worst transfer of this summer is Iago Aspas moving from Celta Vigo to Liverpool for £7.7 million, which the transfer didn't turn out to be that well, and Iago Aspas ended up returning to Celta Vigo and being absolutely insane there. Moving on to the 2014 summer transfer window, the best transfer and the most expensive transfer was Luis Suarez moving from Liverpool to Barcelona for 82 million euros. He wasn't available until October, but when he joined Barcelona became an insane team. They turned into the best team in the world and they won the treble. An honorable mention for the best transfer of this summer is Toni Kroos moving from Bayern Munich to Real Madrid. And the worst transfer of this summer was James Rodriguez moving from Monaco to Real Madrid. And this was pretty much from the World Cup hype, which in the 2014 World Cup, James Rodriguez was the top scorer of that tournament. He scored 6 goals during that tournament, including an absolute rocket against Uruguay and an insane goal against Japan. Moving on to the 2015 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was Kevin De Bruyne moving from Wolfsburg to Manchester City for 75 million euros, breaking the British transfer record set by Angel Di Maria last summer. And the best performing transfer was also Kevin De Bruyne, because he turned out to be one of the best players in the world and arguably the best player in the history of Manchester City. The worst transfer of this summer was Mangala moving from FC Porto to Manchester City. He wasn't that good, because I think he broke the transfer record for a defender at that time, but he was too mediocre for that level of football, like top Premier League teams. The 2016 summer transfer window was a pretty big one. The most expensive transfer of this summer was Paul Pogba moving from Juve to United for 105 million euros. The best summer transfer of this summer was N'Golo Kante moving from Leicester City to Chelsea for about 36 million euros, fresh off a Premier League win. I mean, I don't need too much explanation on why did I put this here. He won a Champions League, a Europa League, a Premier League title. He won a lot with Chelsea. And the worst transfer of this summer was Paul Pogba, considering how much he performed for the team and how much they paid to acquire his services from Juve. I don't think it was a successful transfer by any means. Now let's move on to the summer of 2017, the transfer window that changed football forever. The most expensive transfer of this window is a world record breaking transfer. Neymar moved from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain for 222 million euros. I mean, we all know that this happened then, but yeah, it was the most expensive transfer of that summer. The best performing transfer was Kylian Mbappe moving from Monaco, fresh off of a crazy UCL run and a Ligue 1 title. He was bought for 180 million, and PSG may turn a profit on him, but nevertheless, he performed really good for them. The worst transfer of this summer was Ousmane Dembele moving from Borussia Dortmund to Barcelona for 105 million euros. He was good last season and the season before that, but most of the time he was injured, and Barcelona didn't turn a profit on him, so it's probably the worst of the summer. And since we're not counting the January ones, so it's gotta be the worst. Moving on to the 2018 summer transfer window. The most expensive transfer of this summer was Cristiano Ronaldo moving from Real Madrid to Juve for 120 million euros. The best transfer of this summer was Vinicius Jr. moving from Flamengo to Real Madrid for 52 million euros. And the worst transfer of this summer was Naby Keita moving from RB Leipzig to Liverpool for 69 million euros, which didn't turn out to be worth it, and Naby Keita didn't have a good time at Anfield. So the 2019 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was João Felix moving from Benfica to Atletico Madrid for 126 million euros. The best transfer probably was Romelu Lukaku going from Manchester United to Inter. They sold him for a small profit, but it's still profit, and he helped them gain back their glory. The worst transfer of this summer was unarguably Eden Hazard going from Chelsea to Real Madrid. His career got ruined with this transfer. And the 2020 transfer window. This transfer window was affected by the pandemic. The most expensive transfer of this summer was Kai Havertz going from Bayer Leverkusen to Chelsea for 84 million euros. And the best transfer of this summer was probably Luis Suarez going to Atletico Madrid. And the worst transfer of this summer was probably Trincao, and Trincao going from Sporting to Barcelona, and Timo Werner going from Leipzig to Chelsea. The 2021 summer transfer window had many big transfers, but the most expensive one was Jack Grealish moving from Aston Villa to Manchester City for 117 million euros. The best transfer of this summer was Eduardo Camavinga and David Alaba moving from Rennes to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich to Real Madrid respectively. And the worst transfer of this summer was Romelu Lukaku's transfer from Inter to Chelsea. Now, the 2022 summer transfer window, the most expensive transfer of this summer was Antony going from Ajax to Manchester United for 100 million plus add-ons. The most successful transfer was Erling Haaland going from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester City, which he was the main reason City won the treble. They bought him for 50 million euros, and the worst transfer of this summer is yet to be decided because it's just 1 year ago. We cannot really judge the transfers. And the current summer transfer window. Now, the most expensive transfer of this summer is Jude Bellingham, but it may be broken by Kylian Mbappe. And now Jude Bellingham signed for Real Madrid for 105 million euros. The two parts, the best transfer and the worst transfer, are yet to be decided because the season has not started yet. But I would expect Jude Bellingham to be the best transfer of this summer. Now, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Please like the video. And comment down below your thoughts on the best transfer ever in your opinion. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for another video. Stay safe.